5 out basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 out basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, man.
Let's move on. Better things. So, as I kind of said earlier, I'm really stupid, and we did a mock draft last week, not realizing really the draft lottery was going to be 2 days later. Sorry, guys. That's my bad.
Don't worry about it.
Rare Joey LeMaster L.
It's okay. We understand.
Guess what? They do views, so we get to push out another video. Business is booming. Haha, I'm profiting off you guys. No, I'm playing. But yeah, so we're doing another draft lottery. We have an official order now. And
Yes.
somehow the Atlanta Hawks are the #1 pick in the NBA draft. How in the world did that happen?
Can we talk about two things real quick? Well, no, I'll save one of the other things for later. But can we talk about something real quick? The
Talk
draft
to me.
lottery system
It
might
needs to
be cooked.
It needs to be addressed.
Now, I know why they made that system, because remember when teams were like tanking? So like, all right, you know what? You want to take? Lowering your odds.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I think they've gone literally 5 or 6 years without the team that has the worst record getting the #1 pick. That's insane.
Yeah, like I like the idea of the lottery, but these ratios need to be addressed.
They have to, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get to
Dude,
the
if
order.
you think about
because
it, 14% so tiny.
that is because it used to be
Yeah.
25, which is like,
Mhm.
all right, you have a pretty solid chance of getting the #1 pick. But like 14,
Yeah,
jeez.
like we've seen the Detroit Pistons have the worst record 2 years in a row and get the 5th pick every time.
That's why I didn't want. I wanted to
No,
wait till we got to
talk
their
to
pick.
about it.
But at this point, yeah, the Pistons. If I'm a Pistons fan, go into protection because, bro, it's like, why did I'm not gonna say anything crazier than that, but dude, if I was a
Yeah.
Pistons fan, I'm out of here, bro. Like,
Adam Silver's getting some
there's
DMs.
there's no way that I have watched this team be literal dog shit for like the past 3 years, and all we have to say for it is Jaden Ivey. And Sor Thompson's cool, but
Yeah,
again, we fell to that. Like, we could have had Wemby,
yeah.
but we fell.
Could have
Cade is cool,
Boncaro.
but we fell.
Yeah.
We got Cade, so at least we got that one out the way.
Mhm.
But okay, low key,
What's
out
up?
of the past like 4 drafts, for them to get the #1 pick that draft instead of the other ones kind of has to hurt because okay, you could have Ant the draft before, but you didn't,
Yeah.
right? Okay, you got Cade, he's great. Then the next draft, you could have had Paulo, then you could have had Wemby. So out of all of those #1 picks, you got Cade.
Mhm.
No hate to Cade though, but like, let's be honest,
He's not those 3 guys.
he's not those 3 guys.
Let's be serious.
Let's be serious, but let's move on. Let's start the draft.
Oh no, I need to hate real quick, just because.
Go ahead.
I just hate being a Bulls fan. You
Oh.
lose the Atlanta Hawks, and and your whole projection's different because we beat the Hawks. They get the 10th best odds, and they jump to #1. We don't even make the playoffs, and now we're stuck at 11.
Yeah, because imagine
Who
if we
really won that game?
They did. Low key. Yeah, low key. Now, maybe we'll get a #1 pick a different year. I'm hoping next year.
Fingers crossed.
But fingers crossed, because I'd love to see that. But anyways, yeah.
All right. Well, now it's draft time. Got our venting out of the way. We're just doing the lottery today. 14 picks. Me and Everton making our separate picks. Let's get into this.
Yep.
I kind of feel like with this draft lottery, I think it's a lock who #1 pick is now. I'd be
Yeah.
really surprised if anything changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not completely sold, but I still see the potential in Alexander Sarr, and I think he'll be
Yeah.
#1 for the Hawks. I think it's a great fit next to Jalen Johnson and hopefully Onyeka. Hopefully it's not Clint Capella next year.
Yeah.
But the Hawks, that's a dangerous front court with just so much potential oozing. Not a lot of shooting there. You kind of need to hope the shot develops with Sarr. That's just a unit, and I would just be really surprised if it wasn't the pick. But
Yeah.
I think the pick could change if this Trae Young trade does happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think a different player could go #1, but as of now, no trades. I think the pick's Alexander Sarr.
I think low key, regardless of trade, they still would go Sarr. Because of strictly potential. But I didn't make any trades in this mock because I don't do that.
Yeah,
I
we
go
will
just
later.
based off. But a Trae Young trade will definitely switch up how these teams draft.
Yeah.
But regardless of that fact, I have Sarr as #1 as well for the same reasons you said. He's probably has the most potential. Whatever. He's been the #1 guy for most of the year, and I don't think the Hawks get #1 change that. So he'll be the #1 pick. I actually think he'll be a good player. I see the hype. I don't think he'll be Wemby, but
No.
I think Could we also have a conversation about how France is gonna be kind of a powerhouse? Like,
Yeah,
dude,
they're gonna be some fun.
it's gonna be some fun watching France in the Olympics.
Mm.
But yeah, Sar's number one. I think we both agreed on that.
Yeah, that's going to be locked in. But it's just if the Hawks do trade Trey Young and they could get like a young guard, DeJounte, Jalen Johnson, Sar and Onyeka, the future's so bright. Commit to the rebuild. Don't settle on mid.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. I
So
ain't
we
mad at it.
we move on, and now we're gonna go to pick number 2, Everton. You go first this time for the Washington Wizards.
For the Wizards, I went Reece Sachet. I mean,
Okay, I like that.
you could say there's other guys who might have more potential, but I don't really see a reason not to pick him here. He's been the number 2 guy for most of the season as well.
Mm,
And for the Wizards, they're kind of a team where position doesn't matter. Like for some of these teams, you kind of have to pick based on position.
mhm.
But for the Wizards, it's kind of like, dude, we just need somebody. So
Yeah.
I know the wing depth there is a little confusing because they have Kuz and Denny, who I did
Mm,
put stock in. But at the end of the day, you have the number 2 pick. You pick the second best guy available on paper. So why not pick him? Now I could see them take a guard here, a
mm.
specific guard. But I'm gonna go Reece Sachet because it seems the most safe pick to make here for them. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I still feel like you go BPA as well, but with them having Denny Kuzma and Corey Kispert, I was a little worried. So I went
Mm,
BPA, which is also somewhat of a fit. I went Reed Shepard, who had the best combine we've
mm,
seen. And he
mm,
can run the 1 or 2, which I think really benefits Washington having a player with versatility like that. And with a guy
mm,
that can literally do everything and your weakness is everything, why not get a guy that can try and fill in a little bit of all those holes? So I think that'd be a
true.
great fit for Washington. And
Mm,
hey, a potential backcourt of Shepard and Koulibaly. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be anything too serious, but like I see some potential. Those are 2 guys that are gonna be in the league for a long time. So let's see which one
mm.
ends up working out better.
Yeah, I am mad at that. Like I said,
And again, can't build around Jordan Poole.
yo,
Just
no.
don't worry about what happens with him.
No. It's fine. Don't worry about that. But yeah, when it comes to this draft, a lot of it is fit over
Mm,
anything. Um, but yeah, with the Wizards, like I said, I can see them go. They could go literally any direction. To be honest, they
yeah,
could go literally any direction. So their pick is probably the hardest to like kind of mock for because it's like you could literally just pick anybody here. So
yeah.
I ain't mad at who you picked because they could literally just pick literally anybody. Spin a
Mm.
bottle and pick somebody. So
Yeah.
literally, bro.
So that'll move us to 3, which we saw another skyrocket in odds. The Houston Rockets. I have so much stock in them. So now they have the number 3rd pick. And they're gonna draft Mr. Aura Man himself, Rob Dillingham. I think this is a great
Mm-hmm.
guard off the bench, could be a potential replacement for Fred Van Vliet, and that would be the most exciting team in the history of the sport. And I sent this to Everton. Rob Dillingham made history. The first player in their
Oh my
like
gosh.
pre-draft analysis to have aura as one of their attributes. We've seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Dillingham is the first draft prospect to have aura.
That is so crazy as a that's when you realize we're getting old because no older generation like journalists would have said something like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a scout, I would have said something goofy like that, like, oh, the aura here is crazy. You gotta
Yeah.
draft him off aura.
But he does have aura.
He
The guy
does though.
wasn't
Like, yeah.
wrong.
No, he's not wrong. He ain't far from wrong because
It's just
aura is
a
there.
little weird.
It is a little goofy, but I love it though. Like that's a great piece. Aura.
Yeah, and Rob
Um,
Dillingham, we glaze him on this podcast. We're not gonna pretend we don't because
oh,
he's just so exciting. Can score
so excited.
anywhere, can
Mhm.
dribble like crazy, so light on his feet, can literally do everything. He's so exciting. I think
Yeah.
he's a little bit of a smaller Kyrie Irving. It's just that's so much fun in Houston when you pair with all those guys they got over there. This team is
Mhm.
going to be so much fun, man. I'm so excited for the future of the Rockets.
Same. We already talked about the stock we got in Rockets.
Mhm.
I was torn between Rob and Topic.
Yeah,
I leaned towards Topic only because I think he is the best playmaker in the draft. I think we've
absolutely.
all agreed that he's the best playmaker. And for the Rockets, I do think that's important to have. Because, okay, you drafted a men for that reason, basically
Mhm.
last year, but a men's proven to be more of like a wing, to be honest, which I always thought he was a wing because of size, but
Mhm.
whatever. Um, and you've seen the success you've had with Fred Van Vliet being a playmaker, right?
Mhm.
And I think with Topic, he can come in. He might not start right away because they still have Fred, but Fred's contract will be up by the next season.
Mhm.
So you have Topic who can step in, and with his lack of shooting, you have Jalen Green who, if all things work out, can
Uh-huh.
space the floor. You have Cam Whitmore, Jabari, Sengun, Amen. And I think having Topic as your center, like your playmaking guy, really helps them out. But Rob is a really good playmaker too. So it
Yeah.
was kind of hard. Like I said, it was
I
really
said,
hard to decide.
mhm.
But I just went for the guy who I think is the better playmaker.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I loved and disliked your reasoning at the same time because they absolutely do need that playmaker. But the Houston Rockets can't shoot the ball.
Yeah,
So with Rob
true.
Dillingham also being a great playmaker, again, the guy can, space the floor a little bit more. I think that's what they need.
Yeah, yeah.
Topic is a better defender, and like Jalen Green doesn't really do that thing.
No.
So it's really a toss up between those two guys. I
And
feel
the
like,
size too. Because Topic is like
yeah,
6'6".
which is huge.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like your reasoning too with the shooting. That makes a lot of sense too.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's really a toss up. They honestly can't go wrong here. I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
I feel like they could pick either or and they'd be fine. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So let's go to number 4. Everton can go here. It's gonna be the San Antonio Spurs. Will be one of 2 times picking in the top 10. They totally will use both these picks and not trade for somebody.
So assuming they don't trade.
Yeah, let's pretend they'd use both picks.
So I watched a YouTube video the other day. Shout out to Hoops
Okay.
Reference.
Okay. You
And
got some tape
he
study.
he made this pick, and I was like, this would be so fire. So I know me and you have been really hyped
Oh my.
on.
Oh my God. What are you about to do?
I know me and you have been really hyped on Klingon going to Memphis, but I'm not gonna lie. A front court of Wemby and Klingon sounds nasty. Like
Oh my God.
you did the same thing.
No, but that's a brilliant idea. I've never thought about this.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think about that, but I was like, Wemby at the 4 next to Klingon would be so crazy. Like that paint is cooked. Like I know you're talking about Jaren Jackson and Klingon, but Wemby and Klingon, we're talking about 2 dudes who could be generational defenders. Like, look at your face.
That's brilliant.
Dude,
That's
that's what
actually awesome.
I didn't think about that, but I'm like, because I was like, all right, Wemby's a center. We already knew that, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Wemby at the 4 next to Klingon
Dude,
would be so.
we had Klingon being the guy so Jaren Jackson can get like the blocks. If we have Wemby as the Jaren Jackson and Klingon do, oh my God. Oh my
That's what I'm saying. Like,
holy
bro.
shit.
And we've seen this right with the Timberwolves. They've had success having Cat next to Gobert.
Oh my God. Oh my
Wemby and
God.
Klingon is like that on literal steroids. Like,
I'm so moved. I'm so moved. I can't even like hide it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like wow, like this is so perfect. They should do it. That's what I gotta say, bro.
Wow. I wish I had that. Who said this idea?
Hoops Reference. He's a YouTuber. He's a big NBA YouTuber. So shout out to him because I didn't think about this until I saw his video. But dude, hit
Hoop
it on the
reference.
money, bro.
I'm moved. I'm so moved.
Yeah.
I can't wait to tweet about this. Not gonna take credit, but like, yeah, this needs to be manifested.
Yeah. That
Sorry, Memphis sucks to suck, but yeah, that's huge.
dude.
Well, I also went on defense. I know like with Nikola Topic on the board, it seems like the obvious pick. I feel like some of these guards are gonna fall, so you can get the best guard that can also defend because the Spurs don't really play defense. So I want Stephon Castle at 4. He's an athletic guy. He's gonna be a great defender, and the Spurs really need that. They need defense badly because Wembanyama's the only one that plays that. So I want Stephon Castle at 4. There's just so much potential. He's so young, freak athlete, can pass the ball, and he's gonna hustle all the time. I think that'd be a great fit for San Antonio.
Yeah.
I can't follow up that Dominic Klingon pick. I really can't.
Bro, that's how I felt when I watched that video and he said, I was like, yo, that is an insane front court. But
and you get that
bro.
for like 2 decades.
Dude, like, oh my dude. Moving mountains with that one.
Now imagine the Spurs trade pick 8 for Trae Young.
Trae Young, Wemby, and Klingon.
They're finals contenders. Screw it.
I mean, bro.
Let's just talk about it.
Bro, the West. Yeah, bro. The West is.
I said it last week. A realignment needs to happen like ASAP.
No, dead ass. Like you got to get New Orleans or Memphis in the East, bro. Because some ain't right, bro. Like, dude.
Actually, so now we're gonna move to pick 5, which is the Detroit Pistons. You're not picking at 1, losers.
Damn, that's so tough.
But it's gonna be the same pick I've had for every other mock draft. I'm gonna have them taking my boy Zachary Reese-Sachet. It's just the best fit. It's literally what they need. An off-ball guy who can shoot the 3 because no one in Detroit can shoot the 3.
No,
I think it's the best fit possible, and you should take forward. So I'm not gonna elaborate on it because I've said it 4 mock drafts in a row. No, 5 mock drafts in a row. Oh,
damn.
6. I'm so bad. Yeah, this will be the 6th mock draft in a row where I had the Pistons taking them. So I'm not talking more about it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, the Pistons falling to 5 definitely changes this up a little bit. So I want to read Shepherd. Now I know it's a bit awkward because they have Ivy and Cade. Do not let Jaden Ivey be the reason you don't pick Reed Shepherd here. I'm not gonna lie. I like Jaden Ivey, but guys,
Are we pushing some agendas, Everton?
Here's the reason why I'm saying this. Jaden Ivey and Cade's like they don't mesh well together because neither of them
No.
are like knockdown shooters. Like Cade is an okay shooter, but it's not enough to where like you don't want to get another shooter next to him.
Hmm.
So I feel like Ivy's a bit more because if you're gonna pick between the two, you're picking Cade Cunningham, you
Yes,
know.
you are.
And I think Reed Shepard. Here's the thing: his size won't come into play here because you're gonna have Cade who's about 6'6" at the
Hmm.
1. You're gonna have a Soar who's about 6'6", 6'7" at the 3. Jalen Duran, like you're gonna have size around Reed, so his
Hmm.
size will come into play, but he also plays defense, so it's fine. And then his shooting, he'd be the best shooter on the team easily,
Yes.
and they need shooting. So I think all the thing, and then 42-inch vert, he can jump. So I think all those things come into play here for the Pistons, and I think this will actually be a good pick for them. Like you get a floor spacer, that's literally what you need, a floor
Yeah.
spacer.
They
So
need to pick a shooter. I wouldn't even be mad
yes,
if Dalton Connect won here. Even though I want to see him to have a
you
team that's gonna have a little more success, but just whoever can shoot the ball needs to be a Detroit Piston.
pick him. Yes. So I go Reese is a good pick here if he falls to 5. Or Reed. I think ironically 2 or 5, whoever the Wizards or Pistons, pick one of these two dudes.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
actually.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Dalton Connect, number 6, I have the Charlotte Hornets going Dalton Connect. Not
Okay.
really the dream scenario because I want him to be on a team that's ready for some playoff success right away. But the
Mm-hmm.
the Timberwolves, excuse me, the Hornets, they need somebody that can shoot the ball and need somebody that you can pair next to LaMelo and Brandon Miller. I think
Yeah.
Dalton Connect's a perfect fit because he's a good scorer. You can him and Miller can interchange between the 2 and 3. Can
Mm-hmm.
shoot at the 3. It's going to be off ball. Doesn't really need to be on the ball. So that benefits LaMelo and Brandon Miller. I think it's a fun fit. A guy who can score all levels. Also, someone who's sneaky athletic. Like I've seen him try. He tries to posterize Zach Edey and stuff. It's like, oh, this guy could get up there. He didn't get
Didn't
the
he also have
poster, but
like a
he attempted it.
39-inch vert too?
Yeah, so he can get up
Okay.
there. So just
Okay.
a lot of potential there, and he's ready to win right away because Charlotte, you gotta start winning games at some point.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great fit. I'm not sure if this is gonna be your pick, so sorry if I spoil it. I really wanted to go Matas Buzelis because I'm not sure if Miles Bridges is going to be there next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if he's another great option as well, but I ended up going with Dalton Connect because I can only see him falling so far. Because I
Yeah.
think you can make an argument he's the most talented day one.
Yeah. I think he can impact the game the most out of anybody so far. I was Stephon Castle because in my mock he
That's
didn't
a
go
great
yet,
pick.
so I
Yeah.
think he's the best player available at this point.
Mhm.
So yeah, I went Stephon Castle again. He's a 2. He's a big 2.
Yeah.
Lamelo, him, and Brandon Miller is a really good like starting point. Well, I know they should have already been started, but at this point,
Mhm.
whatever. Um, and then obviously Miles Bridges being a little confusing. I don't know, but we ain't got to talk about Miles Bridges.
Mhm.
Mark Williams at the 5 is cool too. So I didn't go 5. So I think Stephon Castle is a good backcourt mate for Lamelo because he plays defense.
Mhm.
So you're gonna need a defender next to Lamelo. That's what I gotta say that right off the bat. You need a defender that can play next to Lamelo. Great size. He has great scoring potential as well. I think it's the pick they should make if he falls to 6.
Yeah, I love that. I love that Everton a lot actually. Let's see what you did at number 7 because I had a tough time with this pick.
The Blazers are so tough to mock, but
Mm.
at this point, I say go Buzelis. That's what I went
Mm.
for at 7 because they do need a wing.
Yeah,
Like Matthias Thybulle or Matisse Thybulle being your only real wing for real is like,
it's
okay,
unserious.
Jeremy Grant. Yeah. So I say Buzelis, he's got the most potential at that position, probably. And look, I know Connect is probably a better player, but they don't need to win games right now, so he's not the guy they go for at this point.
Yeah.
So I say go Buzelis. He's got a lot of potential. He's shown to be kind of like a Franz Wagner type of guy.
Mm.
At 6'10 with really good athleticism. So yeah, I think go for the guy with this kind of potential. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, so this is why I went Buzelis. I really, really wanted to pick Klingon because he's not going to keep falling. It's just
Mhm.
with how many centers they have,
It's
I just can't see him doing it, even though they should. I just can't see it. But
yeah.
Buzelis is a great fit, and he's funny. He's got jokes
Yeah.
on Twitter. Like
Mhm.
someone posted a meme where it's like the Detroit, it's like some kid that's like at Five Guys, like you ain't got Five Guys money, so he got peanuts. It's like the piss, like you ain't got Alexander Sarr money, so you get Buzelis peanuts, and he's like was like dying laughing in the comments, like he was like tweeted like a bunch of laughing emojis, and
Mhm.
he won to 1v1 with Zachary Sachet, so he's got some dog in him.
You
I
do.
think he's fun, and again, 6'10" forward. That's just a sneaky, scary build. A lot of potential there. Can low key play some defense as well. Just the 3-point shot that he had in high school needs to follow up with it.
Yeah, did you see his one-on-one with Cooper Flag?
I did not.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Cooper Flag cooked him. Anyways, let's move on to number 8.
Oh my god.
Bro, y'all if
This
y'all
is a
don't
Cooper
know,
Flag podcast.
y'all don't, Cooper Flag is one of my favorite like high school players, bro. He's my favorite high school player right now, but I have so much stock on Cooper Flag, but we'll go on 8. We'll go on 8.
Because we're back to San Antonio. In my mock draft, I had them taking Stephon Castle, but here's where they're going to take Nikola Topic. Might be clinging now if I thought of that idea earlier, but I didn't. But it's just
Yeah.
they do need a true point guard, and if you could have a backcourt with the potential of Topic and Castle, you get the passing, you get the defending, you get some size, get shooting. One of them's athletic, it can get to the rim. Just a bright future for San Antonio, and it's just a perfect guard pairing to go along with Victor Wembanyama, especially with Devin Vassell, who can also space the floor as well. Just gives the Spurs a brighter future that they need.
Yeah. Okay, so I went Rob here.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
gonna
that's so
lie.
much aura. That's so much aura.
Dude, like
I can't control it.
Rob Clingan, Wemby, dude. Like
Do we
when I
bandwagon?
that's what I'm saying. Like
Like,
when I saw this, I'm like, do they even need a trade for Trae Young at this point? Because if we
man.
could keep both picks and get those two guys, dude, you're moving mountains right there. Because Rob spaced the floor, passed the ball, great. Defensively, whatever, but I ain't gonna lie. If I got Clingan and Wemby, who else is on defense that I need?
Yeah. Yeah,
No, I'm
dude,
joking.
let
Obviously,
them get one solid perimeter defender in free agency and just they're set
dude,
for life. They literally
they're set.
they got the Timberwolves but better. I mean, they may not have an Anthony Edwards, but like you got Wembanyama.
Hey, I mean, Rob Dillingham got Anthony Edwards aura though.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. What? Am I joking? I don't know, but
Is it time to push some agendas?
I'm joking. But like the aura is there. He already has somewhat aura. Like he's coming into the league
Anthony
with
Edwards
aura.
didn't have aura on his draft stock. They said he didn't even like basketball.
Exactly. Oh man, that's so funny. But yeah, I got Rob here. I think, if they leave this draft with Klingon and Rob, Spurs A+ draft. A+.
A++.
Yeah. And honestly, now that I think about it, you could almost flip it. Like you could almost take Rob at 4 and then hope Klingon falls. But I don't know. One of those teams might take him.
I feel like if that's what they want to do, you take Klingons because there's so many more guards that it's more likely one's going to fall compared to Kling, who's like the clear center one.
Yeah. True.
So that's what I would do.
Yeah.
So then that's going to move us to Memphis, where we've been trying to manifest this for a while. Even I'm not sure if I'm going to manifest it anymore. But I have Klingon going at 9. Just Jaren Jackson needs that true center. If you can pair him next to Klingon, Memphis is back.
Yeah. I went Dalton Knecht because Klingon's off the board.
I also love that.
Look, for the Grizzlies, they're not a bad team. They just need to stay healthy, and they need to add guys who can win now. There's nobody in this draft who I think is more win now than Dalton Knecht, to be honest. So, and he can shoot.
Yes.
Obviously, Ja's not a shooter. That joke that wasn't even really supposed to be a joke. I was speaking for real, but like it wrote itself. But Desmond Bane's obviously a guy who can shoot the ball. They do have Luke Kennard, but I don't know I think he's a free agent. Marcus Smart, let's be realistic. Jaren Jackson shoots too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be shooting that many threes. I think Knecht comes in probably their second or third best shooter, if not probably second, to be honest. He can play the 3 because he has great size and athleticism, so he doesn't have to be a 2 guard. I think a lineup of Ja, Bane, Knecht, Jaren, and then Brandon Clark. Maybe they have to go in free agency and make a move. But regardless of that fact, I think Knecht, if you don't get Klingon, you got to get Dalton Knecht because he can help you win right now too.
Yeah. All I've seen a lot online where Memphis is thinking about trading this pick. Nikola Vucevic is right there for you guys. If you want your center, there's your man. This could be a dream fit, great interior defender. It's just like his Orlando days. The 3-point shot's totally still there. Everything you could want.
You know what's crazy? He'd probably fit better in Memphis than Chicago.
Okay, so does the rest of the NBA. Who fits in Chicago? Let's be serious. Every player is better when they leave Chicago.
You're sadly you're not wrong. But I'm saying like because his interior defense won't come into play as much because he got Jaren covering his
That's
ass.
real.
So
yeah, rather than like some 6'5" guard playing power forward for some reason.
For some reason, I do love Javonte Green though, but
he's fun. But power forward, like
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, power forward is crazy.
But what's not crazy is the Utah Jazz because nobody watches Utah Jazz games. But they have pick number 10.
Yeah.
What do you got happening, Everton?
I had Ron Holland. I mean, like
I also had Ron Holland.
Because it's like, okay, I thought about a guard, but I'm like, there's no after the guards that have been taken so far. If you want to reach and take Collier, I guess, but you have Keontae George and Con Sexton. I feel like you just roll with that. Yeah. Pick a wing. I know they took Taylor Hendricks last year, but I mean, he's cool. He didn't really play that much. And then with Ron Holland, Lauri Markkanen. What is his future in Utah though?
It better not be longer.
Like what more can you do with this whole Lauri Markkanen thing? So I feel like for them, it's like, look, just pick a talented guy. Ron
Yeah.
Holland's got some pretty solid upside. Just pick him. No point to think too
Yeah.
much into it.
Great defender as well.
Yeah.
Just needs. I mean, he scored 20 a game, but you guys see that translates into the NBA as well. So there's potential there.
Yeah, there's
So
potential there.
I also want the same pick.
High motor. He's one of those high motor guys. Yeah, I feel like just pick Ron Holland. Save yourself the trouble.
I agree. So now we're at pick 11, which is my Chicago Bulls. And I did a little bit of teasing earlier. If you're on YouTube, you get it. If you're on the podcast, you didn't. Because I have the Bulls taking Zach Edey at 11 because the Bulls, they want to win now. And for the love of God, I need a tall center that can defend. And if Zach Edey's just going to stand there and he's going to give me some buckets to go along the way and he's going to make Caruso better because Caruso was complaining about Vooch earlier, I'm all for it. I know there's not a lot of aura going with it, but the Bulls don't have any. Just pick talent, and the Bulls, they're not. It's a rebuild's never going to happen. So if they want, if they want to win now, I can't even say it with a straight face. Zach Edey's got to be the pick.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
I also went Zach Edey.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
At first, I had him going to Toronto later in the draft, but after the combine, if he can really be a floor spacer, because look, Vooch is like a fake floor spacer.
Fake floor spacer.
Why not get a guy who, if he's a fake one, whatever, he can at least still be a defensive guy. So I feel like getting Edey here is a smart. I had to Zaw Salon as a audible maybe, but I think Edey is like the talent's there. The combine only makes it even more like, ooh, you probably should pick this guy here. I think everything you want in this draft is low-key Zach Edey at 11, of course. If you were high in the draft, you'd love to get like Clean, of course. But at 11, I think it's a solid pick. We don't have much to lose in this draft. So I feel like just pick up Edey. It makes Vooch more expendable. Yeah. And you can start moving to that future because you need to start moving to that future.
So I've seen a lot of mock drafts for the Bulls, and I've seen a lot of them taking Isaiah Collier, who I think is a great player. I just think that's such a waste of a pick, though, because like one, the Bulls can't develop for shit.
No.
And secondly, it's just the one thing the Bulls don't need is guards. We have like 18 of them already. Isaiah Collier's just not getting the opportunity to shine. So I really just don't see why so many people are falling in love with that.
Nah. You have Kobe, Caruso, Lonzo Ball is going to be back.
Levine, Io.
Yeah, there's just too many guards. You're only going to make it
Javonte
worse.
Green. Like you can't just keep taking guards. I know they play power forward. They shouldn't.
No.
there's too many guards on the table. You can't go another one.
Yeah, it's too much. You gotta move on and pick a center or wing here. I say center though. I like
same here.
I mean, you agree on the Edey pick.
So that's gonna bring us to Everton's dog, the OKC Thunder. Who they got going here? Please tell me you fell for Cody Williams. Please tell me you fell for Cody Williams here.
So y'all know, I've had Cody Williams here for like the past like what 4, 5? How many drafts have I had him here?
Too many.
Okay, bro, calm down. Look, I was torn between Jared McCain. Jared McCain was the guy I really wanted to go here. But the Devin Carter stuff, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie. Maybe that's a reach. But if he's really the rebounder that he is with the offensive game and possibly the defense, I can't see us going wrong with picking him. What do you think? I wrote 2 names down. I wrote him and Tadaz Salon because we can pick guys like Tadaz Salon because we can just develop really good. So what do you think? I was so torn between those 2.
Well, I went Jared McCain.
You went Jared McCain. Okay, then that's fine too.
Yeah, I like his scoring. I like his passing. It just fits the Thunder's like vibe, and just he's a hustle guy as well. Like he always dives for everything. He's still gonna give you those rebounds. I think the Thunder could really use a hustle guy like that can also score. So I think Jared McCain's a great bench option. But I do love with the 2 guys you said. I do love the Devin Carter option
because he's a win now guy too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I'll roll. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the next pick because that's the reason why I didn't pick Jared McCain here. But yeah, I just spoiled it for myself. Yes.
Okay. So you have Jared McCain going to Sacramento.
Yeah.
I also went guard, but I went Isaiah Collier.
You went Isaiah. Yeah, it was either or, to be honest. I don't know. I went Jared McCain for them because it really seems like Malik Monk. I don't know if he'll be back or not. He might get a bag from Orlando. And if he's gone, yeah, I know, right? If he's gone,
not Klay Thompson.
No. Please do not please do not do that. But yeah, if he's gone, I feel like Jared McCain makes a lot of sense here. Now, again, it's really not in their hands. If OKC picks him, which I'd be happy with, then you're gonna have to pick a guy like Collier. I feel like picking Jared McCain here, he could literally do what you want, what you got Malik Monk to do. He could probably do the same thing, not as athletic as Malik Monk, but he could shoot the ball, he could score the ball, hustle, all that. I think that's a really good thing for him to have off the bench.
Yeah, I just think Isaiah Collier, like, I don't think he's gonna be as good, but he's literally De'Aaron Fox, where it's just a quick guy's gonna get down the ball, is gonna score in the paint, can pass as well. It's just a freaky athletic prospect there, and he's learning under the perfect guy. I think it's just a great fit to have coming off the bench and not Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a better option than Davion Mitchell for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
So we'll move to Portland, where I'm not gonna lie, this is the hardest pick I had because nothing made sense to me. Because it's not gonna be a guard. The centers don't make sense. So I just went with a project pick. I went to John Salon. I don't think he's a play right off the bat, but you can develop in the G League and just see what happens because he has one of the highest upsides in the draft. So just take the risks.
Yeah, I went Yves Messi. Like I said, the Blazers are so hard to mock for. Look, I'll be honest. To be honest, it could have been Philip Oskey here, but I didn't want him to be
no.
14. So I was like, nah, we're gonna pass on that. We're gonna use Messi because look, you already got Buzelis to be your potential guy. Pick up the raw prospect at 5 because I don't think DeAndre nor Rob Williams are like long term. So why not pick a guy who maybe take him a few years to get there, but if he gets there, you got a really solid center right there. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Yeah, screw the Portland Trailblazers. They're just not a fun team. Them and Utah Jazz are banned, and they're going to be last place in the West for a long time.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Before we move on, we're going to do a quick rundown of our mock drafts. I will go first, where I have the Hawks taking Alexander Sarr, the Wizards taking Reed Shepherd, the Rockets taking Rob Dillingham, the Spurs taking Stephon Castle, the Pistons taking Zachary Reese-Shea, the Hornets taking Dalton Connect, the Trailblazers taking Matas Buzelis, Spurs taking Nikola Topic, Grizzlies Donovan Clingan, Jazz Ron Holland, Bulls Zach Edey, Thunder Jared McCain, Kings Isaiah Collier, and Trailblazers Tajon Salon. Everton, what was your mock draft, and explain why it was better than mine?
What? No. Oh, well, there's only one reason why it would be better than yours. But Atlanta Hawks, Alexander Sarr, Washington Wizards, Reese-Shea, Rockets, Topic, Spurs, Clingan, Pistons, Reed Shepherd, Hornets, Castle, Blazers, Buzelis, Spurs, Rob Dillingham, Grizzlies, Connect, Utah Jazz, Ron Holland, Bulls. Wait, did I mix this up? No, okay. Zach Edey, sorry. Thunder, Tadas Salon, Kings, Jared McCain, Blazers, Yves Messi.
So let us know who had the better mock draft in the comments. There's gonna be a lot of mock drafts coming up this offseason. We're gonna have a lot to say. We're gonna have a lot hoping to do more prospect breakdowns instead of player breakdowns during the offseason. But we're gonna see what happens. We got a long time for that. Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey the Master LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.